Alright, hey guys, welcome back. I'm Beast here. Today we're having a look a bit further into modding, just basically using the XML files and editing them to make some physical changes and performance changes to your mod vehicles in Snow Runner. So you can see here just quickly that we're at my Iron Beast Lodestar Superlight version, and you can check out my previous video as to how to quickly copy the XML file for a particular truck and then rename it and make it your own to start editing it for your personal use. Okay, I won't cover that here, but what we see here is if I go to paint, I can't add paint customization to my vehicle right now. I've got everything else that the normal vehicle had because I've copied that file from a different vehicle file, but for all the customizations I can do, I cannot change the paint. So if we quickly get out of here, and we go out and have a look at the truck, we've got everything else. Everything's fine. It's all working. We've got diff locks and bits and pieces happening. We have all of our customizations available except for the color. We weren't able to change the color. And all that's happened there is that you need to put this new vehicle name that you've made for this file or for this vehicle mod of your own into the XML file for the customizations so that you're then able to change the paint color. So let's quickly just go in and have a look how we go about doing that. So you can check out my previous videos to see exactly where I'm going with all of this. But if I go across to my working file here, so that's where I'm going to put my backup files for that particular mod. So I go into mod shortcut here. We'll just go through the process for you if you didn't catch my previous video. So this is the actual community mod from mod.io that I'm using, Scouts Max Pack Console. So we just copy that file, put it into our backup. We're going to replace it. We're going to extract it. We're going to put our expanded or extracted folder into my little working folder here. Got extracted it. So we're going to replace the previous version so that it's updated to what you just saw in the game there. Cool. Going into our working folder now, and there is our mod. So if we go back in and have a look at the truck that I created, which was the Iron Beast Superlight, and you can see that initially that was made simply by taking this particular truck here, copying that folder, renaming it, then going inside the file and making sure that it read as the Iron Beast Superlight. And there's our file with the extra axles, added steering, the diff lock and power for all-wheel drive, and the various edits: 1,000 litres of fuel, repair capacity, wheel repair capacity. That's all increased, and of course then the spread of our axles from front to back across the chassis, and this first part of the string, and a couple of other things. I've done quite a few mods if you haven't seen the other videos. The center of gravity's changed, the mass has changed, so it's very light. The Superlight's made to float, so it's only got a 1200 value for mass. You can see that that mass sits low to help keep the center of gravity and stop the truck flipping. And then on top of that, you can see that this is sitting quite a long way back in the chassis. So it's about centered so that on the water, this vehicle floats evenly. It doesn't sway to the front from the engine being too heavy at the front. And various other things. So in here is where we've changed the display name for the vehicle, so it shows up in the menu in your truck store as Iron Beast International Lodestar Superlight, and then the same down here, giving it the nickname. And there's one other place in here that we need to change. I think I changed. You can see we've made the price minus 80,000 as well. I think those are the two places that it needs to be changed. So now we have this file, and when we go across to our customizations, which is your paint, you'll see that I've got the Iron Beast Lodestar suspension model. Then if you go, so these are all the color presets, and then you've got the Iron Beast Lodestar 2500 Max, and you can see I've added these other vehicles into the customizations already. But there's nothing for the Superlight. The rest of these vehicles will be the standard vehicles in the mod itself, and their particular names. If we go down here, we're going to see the different names for the vehicles, all the different vehicles that are in this mod pack. So we'll just zoom back to the top, and all we have to do just copy this entire portion of the file. If you're copying correct, it'll highlight grey. If something's wrong, the color will highlight differently. Go down to the bottom of that. There we go. That grouping there. And we just copy that. And then I always do it at the top when I'm putting something new in so that I can see where it is. So go up here. And we're just going to paste all of that. Okay, so now we have room for this vehicle. We just rename the vehicle and basically we're good to go. It's done. It's that easy. So I'm Beast Super, was it Super Wheels or Super Light? I think it was the Super Light we were just on, wasn't it? So just copy that name, it's easier than typing. Add it into our file here. Save it out. Then we need to repack this as a PAK file with no compression. It's just going to be stored normal. Right. Done. Swap that into our mod community folder. Close that up. Start the game. Now we've done this right, guys. We should have the ability to choose our custom paint colors now. All the paint colors are available in the other vehicles in that pack, and for that vehicle in the mod, we should now have the same options to do that to our modded version of the vehicle. As simple as putting the vehicle name back into that customization preset file. So again, guys, why do we do XML edits instead of the full edit? Is just because if you don't have much experience with editing 3D models, editing the XML file just is an easy way to be able to get the performance changes and change some physical attributes of the vehicle without having to go into 3D modeling. You can change things like locations of the saddle and quite a lot of different things, heights, width, wheels, wheel traction, size, diameters, all the rest of it. So we're back at our vehicle and let's go into the garage. Good, it was the Super Light. Let's go to customizations and now we have the paint option. So just like that, as simple as taking your vehicle name and adding it back into that customization preset XML file. Now we've given ourselves all the customization options again that we needed. So I love black. And there we have it, guys. We've now added the color customization back into our modded version of your favorite mod vehicle. And this will work for any vehicle that you've changed. So if you ever get stuck and think, hang on, you've made the perfect mod, but you can't do a color change, that's why. Just make sure you go and add that back into that customization file. Anyway, guys, stay tuned to more videos as I just bring out some quick tips on how to do some quick editing of your mods without getting into the 3D modeling side, which is a little more complicated. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like it, subscribe to the channel. Everything you do helps me out, and we'll catch you again soon in the next video. Cheers, guys.